camera angle bad. Sorry. So out of work much later than I usually am out. There were some issues with some things going on at change of shift, but very, very busy day. My hair is crazy. Very busy day. I'm ready to eat my dinner and head home. I'm tired and yeah. Busy day. We have that in critical care. I prefer like a steady, but then sometimes we get like really busy periods of things happening and that can be really tough. But yeah, busy, back tomorrow, and then I'm off for a few days with the kids, so I'm super excited. And I'm gonna eat my dinner. I'm rattling on and on as I do when I'm so exhausted at the end of my shift. This is where I get really bummed out that I live so far, because it's like an hour and 15 minutes and it's already basically 8 p.m. So it puts me home really late and try to get rest for my next day at work, which is why that's not what I'm used to. I'm used to living like maybe 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, or on some of my, when I was traveling and some of my travel assignments, my husband would drive me, and so he would bring me dinner, and that would make it such a difference for my rest and just being like mentally refreshed for the next shift. But I'm gonna push through it. I've got some podcasts queued up, gonna eat my dinner here and head on home. Open house.
They had food there.
Yeah, how was the food? Was it good?
Tasted like some really experienced 5-star Michelin chefs.
Yeah, what was your favorite item that you ate?
Favorite item? I'll tell you what I got the most of. I got the most of cream cheese, Ritz crackers, and watermelon.
Plain cream cheese? Was it one with pepper jelly on it?
I tried that. I almost died.
Was it really spicy?
Yeah. I sounded like laughing so much because I was like, it's hot.
Oh man.
She's like, there's water in it.
Oh no. Was it the goat cheese with the berries on it? There was one that was goat cheese.
I tried that.
Yeah, goat cheese is good.
I liked.
Goat cheese is actually not bad.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really have a favorite.
But you got the most of the cream cheese and crackers because they were the Ritz crackers, weren't they? Or the club
And
crackers.
I got watermelon.
It was so good. That's from some kind of food stand or fruit stand. Sonora, what did you eat the most of?
Cheese and crackers.
I love good cheese and cracker.
I also ate a lot of pineapple.
Did the pink one or the regular one?
Both.
Eli
Did people like the
shoved
pink
a bunch
one?
of pineapple in my face
Yeah.
and carrots. Oh wait, I'm unmuted. My bad.
All right, well, I'm gonna go upstairs. Love you guys. What is this? Oh, pardon my sunshades. Out of work, oh my word. Oh, bad camera angle. You guys, I'm so exhausted. And I know everybody has exhausting work or days that are more exhausting than others, and this was one for me. I ran around so much getting stuff done today, for and with my patients, and I'm just exhausted, so I can't wait to eat my dinner and head home. I'm off for 2 days. Spend time with the kids, do some mom things, which I'd love to do, but I am so beat. So I'm queuing up my podcast, eating my dinner, and head home. Today, like, kicked my butt. Home from work. Scott is out of town for medical treatments. Hold on, it's dark in here. And I am gonna do some laundry because I wanna do a bunch of our bedding and a bunch of other things. I just wanna make sure that it gets done. So I'm gonna start my scrubs tonight so it doesn't get left by the wayside because I'm only off for 2 days. Then in the morning I'll switch it over and put together all of my linens and stuff in the bedroom and the kids' clothes, etc. But I thought, I know I'm tired and I have a lot going on, but the laundry can run. It takes me like a few seconds to put this in. I can run while I'm sleeping and then be ready to switch over and I can start the rest of the laundry in the morning. So it's a better plan to do it now. And I know I mentioned before, and I won't go into grave detail here, critical care is sad. There are sad things that happen. There's very challenging things that we deal with. And part of that is helping people work through what's happened to them, what they've found out about their health and supporting them and supporting their family. And it can be very tiring and very draining. And tonight I just feel really spent from my long day. And I've been doing this a while, and there are definitely some days that are easier than others, but tonight I'm just like, whew, today was a day. When Scott's out of town, I have sort of a different nighttime routine. Normally I would come up here and snuggle with him, and we would kind of watch something together for a little bit, or just kind of talk and chat. I checked on the kids when I came in, and because I just had a really emotionally spent sort of day to day, I'm just kind of resting. I'm not going to go to sleep immediately because my heart feels kind of heavy, and so I'm going to just listen to some music, and I've got a few YouTube videos, like some reviews on some perfumes I just wanted to watch for fun. I'm not going to buy any, but sometimes I like to keep up with what's new. And sometimes I've done like some therapeutic coloring post really stressful shift. I haven't done that in a while. I used to do post shift reflection journaling when things became very stressful, and then I felt like maybe that was causing more rumination, like I was kind of reliving the traumatic day over and over again. So I've gotten really more away from that. So just kind of things that help me facilitate sleep is what I focus on. Sometimes I read, but yeah, just gonna chill and kind of regroup. I'm very excited to be off of work tomorrow. I definitely think I got peopled out as an introvert and as an empath today. Tomorrow I really want to kind of have peace and quiet and kind of rest, do some fun things with the kids. I feel like, you know, we don't hear a whole lot about the toll that critical care takes on the human spirit and the human heart as a nurse. I don't think I heard about it when I was training as a new nurse. I don't think I always saw it modeled that well, how to cope with like just really tough days, because there's gonna be tougher days, and I've had tougher days in the day I had today. But I think looking back, I wish that I had worked on decompressing earlier in my career, and then maybe things like the pandemic or COVID wouldn't have been so hard. But I don't know if that's even true. It was just very challenging in general, and I'm rambling again because I'm really tired. So I am just gonna sort of cue up my videos, put on my headphones, kind of rest, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Morning vlog. I'm gonna start taking down my laundry, like all the bedding and linens and stuff I need to do. Slept in a little bit and feeling like, whoa, you know, like when you sleep in and you thought you were gonna get up a little bit earlier. I'm like, whoa. We slept in! I can't remember if I mentioned it before, but Silas is very close with Scott, and so when he's gone, he gets really wired and hyper and goes all around the house looking for him, because Scott plays a game of hide and seek with him a lot. So, well, when he feels better, he plays it with him. So sometimes, like the first couple of hours on a day that Scott's gone for treatments, when Silas wakes up, he thinks that Scott's playing a game, I think, because he runs all over looking for him. And it's sad but cute at the same time. So on the docket today, for sure, I have to take the trash. That was something I got used to when we moved here. We don't have like a trash service because it's so rural, so we have to take our trash. I typically try to do it every couple of days. I just got behind with it the last couple of days, so I need to take it. I should take the truck, but I don't know if I have the bandwidth for driving the truck. It's not my favorite thing to drive. It's kind of challenging for me on the mountain roads and whatnot. So I think I'm just gonna take my car and put like some other trash bags down, because some of these are leaking. So in that way the truck would be nice because it has a bed liner. Very overcast today. We had talked about going on a longer walk into town and then going to get ice cream, but I don't know if that's going to be today or tomorrow. We haven't really decided. Obi was thinking maybe tomorrow because there's better forecast for tomorrow, but we'll see what happens. I've got some homeschool things I need to work on with the kids today. What's he doing? And Jojo's doing laundry. I don't know. I'm feeling better than I thought I was going to feel today based on how I was feeling last night emotionally. Such a tough couple of days at work, and I had mentioned, you know, sometimes even at home things feel kind of challenging. So I was very emotional when I went to sleep, and then I kind of got up really early, like 4:30 or 5, just feeling like I'm just going to get up. Like I am anxious, I'm tossing and turning, I'm not going to be able to get any more sleep. And so I just started praying and was like, I think sort of half-conscious praying 3 little words, and like I talked about before, 3 little word prayers that I've done before. And then the last thing I remember saying was, Lord, I just need some rest. And then bloop, 9:15 rolled around. So I do feel rested, and I'm so thankful that the Lord provided that rest for me. And I'm not saying that every time I pray that I feel less anxious. I don't know that that's how it works. But I do know that it was very helpful to get some more sleep. And what is he doing now? I do know that it's helpful to get more sleep to help process my emotions and be more emotionally regulated today. And we talked before, like I do my Bible study and everything. So gonna head in, make my coffee, do my Bible study, read more in Resilient, and I have some videos to edit. So we'll take you guys along with us today. All right, we're gonna take the trash to the trash place. Super fun. And then we're gonna go on a very long and arduous walk to get ice cream! In the rain, maybe the storms, we don't know.
Ice cream!
But it's worth it, right guys?
Ice cream!
It smells bad in here, the trash is...
It smells like a rotten coal. And sour.
See you out down a tree. All right, so we're on our walk to get some ice cream. It should be about 2 miles there and 2 miles back, we think. But we've been fooled before, so we shall carry on.
AI generated.
Are you guys getting Project Chimp vibes from the roots and stuff? No. No? What about Benton Falls vibes? Benton Falls vibes? True. What's that?
Looks like someone dug
And another hole.
I don't know, but I don't like it. I'm gonna keep going.
You're gonna keep going?
No, there's
Probably animals.
Careful, that can cave in. I wouldn't step over there. Right there.
I don't know if you guys can see.
There's a fluffy dude.
It looks like a groundhog. Or maybe it is a beaver because there's a dam right here.
It could be. Point again. See that? Like black.
There's a tree growing out in the water. That's pretty cool. We're steps away from the ice cream place, and none too soon because it's starting to pour the rain. We brought umbrellas, I got my raincoat. We're prepared to walk back the 2 miles in the rain. We got this. All right, what'd you get, Sonora?
Mint Oreo.
Yum. Scrollable?
Vanilla with Reese's.
Yum. I got plain Oreo. We got smalls because their mediums here are gigantic that you can eat them for like 2 days. Not saying I wouldn't accept that challenge, just telling you. Finished our ice cream. We're on our walk back. It really only rained for like a few minutes. It looks still rainy, but we are hopefully not getting caught in it. If not, we're prepared, but it was worth a walk. I'd do it again.
Yes. Ice cream. In that movie, he was like, it's not like an animal that went extinct because of pollution or deforestation.
All right, we're back from our walk to get ice cream. Now, you may remember that I hurt my hip or had some hip soreness earlier in the week, so I wasn't able to clean the bathroom like I wanted to. So I'm gonna head to do that now. I'm a little bit tired from our walk, but I'm gonna push through because I want to get this done. So I'm gonna use the barkeeper's friend on our countertop and clean our mirror off. Now, I realized through this process that dying on every hill and being a perfectionist is not gonna get anywhere when things have to get done. So in the past, prior to Scott's illness and just even in the RV, we had a different method for cleaning that was very efficient, that we had down pat. Without having a teammate and doing the cleaning, sometimes it's challenging to get things done. And since with Scott's condition, he has particular medications or particular treatments that need to be available to him readily without him bending down and so on, I don't typically rearrange his things. What I do though when I clean, I take everything off of the counter and I set it to the side, I wipe it all down, and then I put the things back where they were. So that way he has them where he needs them to be. I don't declutter his items. That's something that he takes care of on his own because I don't know what he needs, where he needs it to be all the time, and those things change. So I leave those things, I take them off, wipe everything down, and bring them back. And that's kind of how we've been doing it. Usually the toilet, I just have like a little scrubby, one of those little scrubby disposable things. I clean the inside of that, and then actually this last time Scott cleaned that, and then I clean the outside of the toilet, and I'll do the shower. But I'll show you how we do it. So I have the counter all cleaned up. I put all the things back, and I wiped down the toilet. I just did like a fast wipe down the outside with these, we like these Sentiva Clorox wipes. And for the shower, I don't clean the shower as often as I was in other places we've lived. So for this time, I'm gonna use the Barkeeper's Friend, kind of get it a little bit wet in there and then scrub it all through. And then let it dry. I've already decluttered in the shower, like little bits of soap, shampoos, conditioners, things that don't belong in there, so I would suggest doing that first. And then for the, like the spigot and all that, I'm gonna use this glass cleaner on. Sorry, not professional video. So let's get started. So bathroom upstairs cleaned, our master bedroom, most of our laundry is done. I got like 2 more things. Put in the dryer, swept, mopped, vacuumed in here, dusted some, so pretty good tidy up for today. I try to do some of this when Scott's gone for medical appointments, otherwise I don't want to be in here bothering him when he's trying to rest or be in the middle of doing something he needs to lay down and rest, so this is a good opportunity for me to get things cleaned up. Now it's time for dinner. I think we're gonna do spaghetti tonight. For our meal plan, I'm highly excited because spaghetti is one of actually my favorite meals that the kids and I have. Yum. Okay, I'm going to throw together a sourdough pie crust because we're gonna be making some pies tomorrow. So this recipe is for Little Spoon Farm. I'm gonna start by grating my butter. So all right, so this is 8 tablespoons of grated butter, and now I'm gonna add a half a teaspoon salt, a half a teaspoon sugar, and 1 cup and 1 teaspoon of all-purpose flour. Got my salt. Got my sugar. 1 cup and 1 teaspoon all-purpose flour. All I have is a half a cup, so all I have is a half a cup clean, I guess I should say. And then I'm gonna stir all this up with a fork. To kind of get it all incorporated. You can also use, I think, a pastry blender here because you mainly want like a dry, crumbly texture. And then it says 1 teaspoon white vinegar. I'm guessing that's for the crispiness or like to maybe help somehow with the crust. Little teaspoon of white vinegar. And then, whoops, lost my cap. Then half a cup of sourdough starter. So this is Lewis. Let me put this over here. I'm gonna do half a cup of Lewis. A little bit crumbly still. I don't know if you can see that. I think I might want to add maybe just a little bit of ice cold water. Yeah. I think that's going to do the trick. So now I'm going to switch to using my hands. To get this all mixed up. And you want to kind of put it into a disc, like a round. And I'm going to get some plastic wrap and wrap it in that, right? Some plastic wrap. Put this disc and wrap this up, and then I'm going to put this in the fridge. What I'm probably going to do though is take a rolling pin and kind of flatten it out. And then this has to go in the fridge to chill. All right, we'll put this in the fridge for sourdough pie crust. You ready to go outside? Come on. Let's go outside. Okay. Morning vlog. Outside in the backyard watching Silas go potty. I've got to work the next 2 days. Scott comes home today from medical treatments. Silas is very, very anxious this morning, pacing the house, looking for him, etc. So I'm hopeful that he'll kind of settle down a little bit because it's still pretty early. I don't think the kids appreciate him running around the house and getting rambunctious, but I'm going to visit some family today. I'm hopeful to make a fudge pie with sourdough crust, so I'll take you along for that. Hopefully it turns out. I've never made pie crust by myself before. I usually buy it, but I had so much discard I thought, give it a whirl. Gonna do my Bible study, made my coffee. I got some more laundry to do. What is he doing? We have been throwing brush out on the edge of our property where we've been trimming some trees and things over a period of time, and sometimes I think he smells animal nests or something like that on the twigs, and like I had mentioned before, Silas is deaf, so if he pokes something like in a collection of wood and then it like all starts collapsing, he gets really caught off guard by that. But I think he's all right. I think he was just surprised when it all fell down there. Rolled out the pie crust. This is my first time making homemade pie crust, so I'm sure that it's gonna have a lot of issues, but here we go. Okay, gonna try a different angle. Probably still not the best because this isn't a cooking show and I don't really have the setup for a cooking show. But I'm gonna start the fudge pie. I've already power baked my sourdough pie crust. I know. It's the thought that counts, and it's about love, so. I'm going to melt a stick and a half of butter in the microwave, and then mix in 1.5 cups of sugar and get my fudge pie stuff started. I have my oven preheated to 325 degrees, so that's already crack-a-lacking, so let's get started. So here's the one stick. This is unsalted butter. It actually doesn't say in the recipe. This is from Mimi's Recipes. She has an awesome channel on YouTube. If you're not following her, she's got some great recipes and she's a lot of fun. And I'm just gonna stick and a half of butter. And I'm gonna put a paper plate over this for the microwave so the butter doesn't splash everywhere. So now my butter is all melted, and I'm gonna put in a cup of sugar, and then I'm gonna let it cool for a while because I don't want like scrambled eggs. I'm gonna have to put some eggs in it. Okay. Let's see. Start with this. Looks pretty mixed up. I'm gonna let this sit and cool. Feels very, very warm to the touch. And I'm gonna add 3 eggs, some spirit lead vanilla, and some cocoa, and some all-purpose flour. I'll be back. All right, it's pretty cooled now. Very, very cool. So I'm gonna put in my 3 eggs. Mix this up. There we go. Spirit lead vanilla. And what else is down down there. 5 tablespoons of cocoa. I think I might switch to a whisk, so we don't have like bits of cocoa powder just kind of chilling out there. And we said 3/4 of a cup of all-purpose flour. So we got our cocoa powder in there already. This is a 1/4 cup, so I'm just going to use 3 times. I'm going to switch to a whisk. Oh, whisk. Boop. It looks a lot like brownie batter. I think that's kind of like the whole point. It's like brownies in pie form. So here it is. Whoops, very, very thick chocolate. I'm gonna pour it into my kind of sort of prepared sourdough pie crust. Try to spread it around. Make sure it's even. And we're going in the oven at 325 for 30 minutes. Finished the fudge pie. This is a really bad view of it. Finished my workout, got some burgers patty for tonight. We're gonna head over and visit some family and deliver the pie. It looks good, it smells really chocolatey. And then we got some errands to run, and then we'll be back.
There's a Minecraft game.
It's the wrong thing. Okay.
You ready? 3.
All right, we're doing the chocolate pinata.
Josh, go upstairs. Hold up. I'm gonna make Josh go upstairs so that if we do spill it everywhere, he doesn't eat all of it. Boom. Smart. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Woo!
Better. How's it?
So, since Scott's out of town,